Have you ever felt like you were being stalked? In this video, you'll hear 3 stories of people who were hunted down inside completely locked environments.
Back when I was 16, during my junior year of high school, my schedule was packed with 9 periods. Lunch was 5th period, and immediately after that, I headed to astronomy. That class was actually located in one of 2 makeshift rooms down in the school's basement. The building was massive, spanning 3 floors, yet it still wasn't enough for all the students. So they constructed these 2 extra rooms underground. Honestly, it was pretty eerie down there when empty. It used to be a maintenance area before they remodeled it to look like a standard hallway. The catch was that the basement didn't have intercoms or speakers back then. Because of that, no first period classes were held there, since nobody would hear morning announcements. Students nicknamed that small section the chamber, and people actually fought to get classes there because of the AC and generally easier subjects. Plus, it had its own private restroom. We took an astronomy quiz that day. I usually breezed through them and finished early. Once I was done, I texted a buddy in the adjacent basement room to meet me in the bathroom, since I was bored out of my mind. He replied, "Sure." I left the room and walked down the short hall to the restroom. Seconds later, the doors swung open and my friend JJ walked in. We were just messing around until JJ checked his phone and froze. He got a text saying the school was going into full lockdown. We smirked at each other. Neither teacher noticed us leave. That meant we had free reign of the building during the drill. We agreed to sneak upstairs and roam the halls just for fun. Worst case scenario, we'd claim we couldn't hear the announcements down in the basement. When we pushed open the basement door to the main level, we were shocked to see every single light was out. The corridors were pitch black, save for a little daylight spilling in from the lobby doors. This felt real because usually, lights stay on during drills. Something was wrong, and we suddenly felt exposed. JJ stepped out further, and I followed. He stared down the hall and whispered, "Who is that?" I squinted and saw a man emerging from the shadows. At first, we thought it might be a teacher, but as he approached, it became clear this guy wasn't staff. He looked like a drifter, wearing torn, dirty clothes. "Okay, let's go," I snapped at JJ, and we sprinted back to the basement. Whoever he was, he definitely saw us. Both classroom doors were shut and dark, so to avoid a scene, we chose to hide in the bathroom. I killed the lights immediately, and we squeezed into the corner stall. The silence was heavy. No vents, no heater hum, nothing. Just the sound of our own breathing and a dripping faucet. Suddenly, the bathroom door creaked open, and a sliver of hallway light cut across the room for a second. Then it shut, plunging us back into darkness. JJ and I tried to silence our breathing. It was so quiet, we could hear footsteps moving toward our side of the room. The person stopped and stood there, breathing raggedly, like they had just run a marathon. We were terrified. Then JJ did something incredibly stupid. He whispered, "We need to crawl to the other stalls." In that dead silence, his whisper sounded like a shout. The heavy breathing outside stopped, and the person pushed against our stall door. I whispered, "Move, move!" We scrambled under the partition to the next stall, then the next, finally reaching the far side. The intruder was now violently banging on the first stall door. We jumped up, bolted for the exit, and as the light flooded in, we saw the man back in the corner. We pounded on JJ's classroom door. The teacher let us in instantly. JJ explained everything as the lock clicked shut, mentioning he saw a gun in the man's pocket. I was stunned. I hadn't seen a gun, but I didn't argue. Normally, high schoolers would laugh at a scene like that, but the students huddled in the corner looked genuinely afraid. A sudden, loud bang on the classroom door made everyone jump. A few girls screamed. Through the window, JJ, the teacher, and I saw the man standing there, jiggling the handle. After banging on the door in frustration, he turned and headed back toward the stairs. We sat in silence for over an hour, unsure how long the lockdown lasted. Finally, a call came from upstairs, instructing us to evacuate single file to the police waiting outside. We gave our descriptions to the officers and the dean. A cop patted my shoulder, and we were sent home. The school installed cameras and boosted security after that. It never made the news, so we never knew if they caught him. But I'm convinced that man's only intention was to kill us right there in that bathroom stall.
I'm a retired officer from New Jersey. In my 2 decades on the force, the most unsettling dispatch I ever took involved a lockdown at a local middle school. I won't name it for legal reasons. It was a gloomy, stormy afternoon. My unit was radioed to respond to a report of a suspicious male exiting a white van behind the school and breaching the rear entrance near the boys' locker rooms. I arrived at the back lot and parked right beside the white van. It was empty, doors and trunk locked tight. I pulled open the red service door leading to the gym hallway adjacent to the locker rooms. The power had been cut, shrouding the school interior in darkness. I drew my flashlight and used the beam to guide my way. Reaching the lobby, a woman from the main office quietly approached, directing me to the boys' locker room but warning me the intruder might be armed. I radioed for backup and was told units were en route. I retraced my steps to the hallway and located the locker room door near the exit. I nudged it open, trying to be silent. Since the room was windowless, it was absolute pitch black inside, illuminated only by my flashlight beam. There was a low hum of white noise from the ventilation, but cutting through that, I heard faint scratching sounds or metallic tings coming from the lockers on the far side. Protocol said to announce myself, but I was genuinely unnerved. The tension was palpable. Flashlight in one hand, service weapon in the other, I crept across the room. It felt like the noises were always coming from the opposite side of where I was standing. I was cornered near the bathroom entrance when a loud slam of a locker door from the adjacent room made me jump. I moved toward the noise, realizing it came from the football team's locker area. There was no door separating the two sections, and the lockers here were oversized. I finally gathered the courage to shout, "Police!" Immediately, a child's muffled cry for help echoed back. It sounded distant. The kid banged on a locker door in the row opposite me. Realizing the boy was locked inside made me feel sick. I reassured him I'd be right back and radioed for backup again while sprinting outside to check the van. It was gone. My fatal error was not running the plates immediately. I alerted dispatch to look for the vehicle. I rushed back inside, told the office staff to dismiss school, and requested a master key to free the boy. It turned out the man had held a knife to the boy's back, likely trying to abduct the 12-year-old quietly. The kid had a slashed arm from resisting. The suspect's van was found a week later at a convenience store, and he was arrested after positive identification.
I was staying at a Hampton Inn in New Jersey while touring Rowan University, a prospective college choice. My family couldn't make the trip, so I was flying solo. After the campus tours and grabbing dinner nearby, I returned to the hotel around 8 p.m., planning to visit the campus again the next morning. Roughly an hour later, a bizarre siren began blaring in my room, accompanied by a white strobe light flashing in the ceiling corner. A recorded voice soon followed, looping a message. All Hampton Inn guests, please stay in your rooms. We are in a lockdown. I'd never heard of a hotel lockdown before, nor did I know they had specific alarms for it. Honestly, I found it more intriguing than scary at first. The siren eventually cut out, but the strobe kept pulsing. The voice message repeated every 20 seconds. It was only 9:30 p.m., so I turned on the TV to drown out the noise while I changed and brushed my teeth. I eventually turned off the lights and got into bed. I watched TV for another 30 minutes before switching it off. That obnoxious white light kept flashing in the dark. It was going to make sleeping impossible. Just as I debated calling the front desk to complain, the room phone rang. It was the front desk clerk. I expected an update on the alarm, but her voice was trembling with concern. She instructed me to stay calm, but to walk out of my room immediately. I asked her what was happening. She explained that their sensors indicated someone else was in the room with me, and I needed to leave right now. I dropped the receiver and instinctively scanned the room. Curiosity mixed with fear. Was someone actually here? I checked under the beds, the empty bathroom. Nothing. Then my eyes landed on the closet door next to the bathroom. It was a wooden slider. It was cracked open just a hair, and through that sliver of darkness, I saw a face. My brain didn't process it for a second, but then the door slowly slid shut. That's when panic hit, and I bolted out of the room. The front desk staff showed me footage from an hour prior. A sketchy man wandering the halls, hunting for a specific room. He reached my door, swiped a key card he had somehow stolen, and slipped inside. I waited in the lobby while police dragged the man out in handcuffs. He was short, maybe in his 40s. He locked eyes with me as they walked him past, like he recognized me instantly. It terrifies me to think he might have been watching me from that closet for over an hour.